Today's visual knife essay is mostly about anger, but it's also about a knife. Now the anger is within all of us, and the knife is the extremely limited production Shamwari, designed by Gareth Bull of Bull Knives and made by the Wee Knife Company, sometimes dubbed the Shamweri. Get it, guys? Much like the custom version of the knife, it's also had its availability and pricing on the secondary market completely ruined by collectors. Now, you as a collector, remember that if it wasn't for all the other collectors shitting on the hobby, collecting things would be fun. In fact, if I were you, I'd go post below this video how unfair it was that I got the knife when you wanted one. And then go to Instagram and find every single picture of the knife and talk about it there too. You know, feed the hate. This knife, the knife in my hand today, has made its way to me by Eugene of the Dashboard Reviews YouTube fame. Now, him being a decent man to whose channel you should subscribe, sold it to me what he paid for it, which is, I guess, all you can ask for in the hobby these days. You can go watch his video where he breaks down the differences between the custom and the production, but you'll get no such pleasure from me because I'm going to mostly compare it to stuff like the Sebenza 21 and the Mass Drop Keen, which will cause Eugene to pop a blood vessel. Now that's how you bring out his anger. Now pry bars, those people who only buy knives to flip them for a profit, overpriced lanyard beads bring out my anger. I mean, there's more, but, you know, for brevity's sake, why don't we all express our collective displeasure of what this channel is versus what you want it to be and generate some blue lines? Just remember, there's no one more disappointed in this direction than I am. Yeah, I wish I was one of those channels that reviews every new and expensive ugly Spyderco they make. Blade size and cutting edge. I should have sided with tradition and only carried the buck 110. You know, liking the pro definitely doesn't count. Handle size and grip area. This video won't have any batoning, which will, you know, really set a bunch of people off. Spine thickness and handle thickness. I only release 1 to 3 mediocre videos a month now, and that really ruins your heat treat. I see it in my Patreon exit interviews. Tallnesses. And by the time I release this video, I'll have sold this knife to someone else that isn't you, and you'll never get a chance to resell it. So I apologize. I really do. So the production Shamwari ticked off a bunch of people. Sorry, is it the Shamweri? Yeah, I should say that, huh? But it ticked off a bunch of people that were, let's be honest, already ticked off. I even got some DMs when I posted this knife on Instagram, concerned that should I even make a video about it? People who hate something so much that they'd never buy it but want to tell everyone about that thing. Now the Bulls contracted I guess, to make only 500 of this knife, and they tried to sell it on their website 2 or 3 times, which, guess what happened there? And then everyone who wasn't able to get one took out that anger on social media. You could say the Bulls helped ruin the hobby for the fine folks who either own the custom or wanted a chance to grift 100 or so off the top when they resold it. Maybe their hero's a flaky, sweaty 50-something scalping tickets outside a Tay-Tay show. Starting with the blade. It's a drop point style made from a tumbled finished crucible 20 CV and ground in the hollow style. Kudos to Bull Knives. That's probably the least anger-inducing choice they could have made with the steel. The blade finish says tumbled, but it looks a little more bead blasted-ish to my eyes. Does it say stonewashing or tumbled? Who cares? The blade has a keen edge. See what I did there, Eugene? Which was pretty sharp. The blade is deployed by a front flipper mechanism. Now, unfortunately, front flippers don't seem to be going away anytime soon. I wouldn't say they make me angry, though, just like mildly perturbed when I can't flip every time. I guess the journey in front flipping your knife is, the real pleasure you get from it. I don't have any front flippers left. I gave away my Hunter to Pete from Cedric and Ada, and I gave the real steel Metamorph away on Instagram. Don't remember who I gave that to. Can't give this one away though, because I gotta pay off that $340 I put on my credit card for this Sharp by Design Evo Typhoon. So it's a front flipper and it's kind of a small knife. The Bulls make the custom in several sizes, but for some reason the first production run was to appease the small-handed knife bros, because no one wants to make those guys angry and get punched by their tiny hands. Now I bring this up because to have great fun flipping one of these all day, I assume you have to have the right size hands. One of my followers over on Instagram posted and quickly deleted a comment and was a little condescending about it too. He may have thought about it after he did it, musing as to why everyone flips with their thumb and not their pointer finger. I don't know, it doesn't work for my hands, and most people I have seen flip with their thumbs. I guess a person could spend 10 hours a day getting their hand position right, of course in a carpeted room, to impress at least a dozen of their followers with their new impressive pointer finger flipping technique. You know, being able to do this while not dropping their $275 titanium boutique bowl, Shamwari, on the hard floor. But then someone would of course let you know that most people use their thumb anyway. There's less of a chance to drop it, dude. Remember, everyone's favorite kind of knife bro is the one who tells people they're using their knife wrong. But the flip is smooth and it basically drops shut close. It's on ceramic bearings and it fires hard once you get your technique down. The handle construction is 2 slabs of black anodized and tumbled titanium called Dark Blast or some shit. It's minimal on the hardware with a single standoff, a stop pin, and a pivot screw. And then there's that big blue pivot disc, pivot collar, whatever. Not calling parts on a knife by their proper name definitely pisses people off. The handle's comfortable but small. No hot spots or areas owie on the finger meat. If I haven't said it already, it's a smaller knife than I like to carry. The handle kind of disappears in my hand and it's, the grip is barely long enough for my hands. The pocket clip. It looks real nice with that hidden hardware and it's well integrated into the design. If it wasn't so smooth underneath the clip and the clip wasn't well chamfered, it'd be a pocket killer. As it is, it slides into the pocket easily and should stay there. Comparisons. First, the Shamwari. Truly a flipper made for the flippers. It's really well made and it's, really nice looking too. Feel free to use this language in your for sale ad. It's a bit too small of an everyday carry for me, but fans of the Ontario Rat 2 size knives who don't mind F5 in their way to $280 when it's released, or in reality $350 on the secondary, have at it. Sorry, I wish I still had the Rat 2 to compare it to. But it goes without saying that if the Sebenza 21 didn't exist, the Shamwari probably wouldn't either, at least in its current form. Not saying he wouldn't have made knives, but there's definitely an inspiration, and that's going to make people angry. This is the large Sebenza 21. Handles aren't sculpted quite like the Shamwari, unless you count the field grade. It's not as smooth as a deployer, but the large Sebenza is a little more my size. These start at about $450. This is the carbon fiber variant, and you pay a little over $500 now. How about another we made knife that, let's say, is purpler with a very similar construction that costs over $100 less? The Keen. Eugene, this one's for you. My guess is the bull name, the steel, and the smaller production run accounts for the price difference of these two knives. There's actually less of a knife in the Shamwari, less steel, and less titanium. The Shamwari is a much better looking knife, though. Alright, how about something similar size, the Para 3. About a $140 knife, a little taller of a knife. The Shamwari has a longer cutting edge and a similar grip area, but it's like the side profile makes it slimmer in the fist, kind of gets lost in medium to larger sized hands. Alright, we're going to wrap it up. I need to get this review done so I can sell the knife and pay off the, credit card for the Evo that I bought. The production Evo is a larger knife and it's a bit keener on the looks. Eugene's going to punch me through the internet. By the way, subscribe to Eugene's channel. Links are below, and at the end of the video, you'll see his video. A much more prolific YouTuber than myself. Hopefully that makes people happy. Anyway, say what you want about the Shamwari, it holds its value, so I can probably get what I paid for out of it. If it was a larger version, I might keep it. I don't know if it's worth my time to try for a custom on the lottery or, F5 in my way during a larger production run if they do one in the future of the larger size Shamwari. This knife just doesn't speak to me on another level, to give me the strength to deal with the collector's market. And if you like this sort of video, and by the way, by the time this video is released, the knife is already sold, so don't ask. But if you like this sort of video, subscribe to the channel. Say hi to the Super Chill patrons. They help make the channel possible. But the viewers do too, and they help by doing as they're commanded. For example, subscribing, clicking that bell for alerts, so you know when I put out a new video. Follow me on Instagram because I let you know there too. You can buy one of my crappily designed t-shirts or mugs or stickers. Looks like a horror movie poster and not a knife shirt, so people just think you're a standard weirdo and not a weirdo that's into knives. Big difference there. Thanks for watching.